I'm drinking my Christmas coffee. Who else has got Christmas coffee going on? All I can tell you is that it is stinking cold outside right now. So cold. I am just trying to get the link copied so I can share this to Facebook for y'all. And then we will be good to go. This is a new stamp set that some of you may not have seen. It is on our website. It's got stamps and dies, and my dies are all like messed up because I laid it on my Misty, and my Misty's magnetic. So, hey, that's a thing. So yeah, it ruined my whole... The Misty magnets are stronger than the business card magnets. Oops. My computer is doing such weird stuff lately. Is everybody else's computer doing weird stuff? Because I know mine's doing some weird stuff. Okay, so today we are going to use this really cool stamp set that some of you may or may not have seen. It is from our last release, and it's called Hola OOTD, which stands for Hello Outfit of the Day. And so she's essentially like a little paper doll from like the, 60s, 70s, whatever, that will let you change her outfit. So I thought that was really cool. Sandy and I thought this was a super fun stamp set and something super duper useful that you could use. So there is that. Let me refresh my feed because I'm not seeing any comments right now. So no comments is bad. If you could comment, that would be super duper awesome, so that I can make sure my comments are working. So what I have here now is I have my Misty. Hi, Pam. That's sent to me in Messenger, so you must not be like on the Facebook. You must be on the, you must not be on the YouTube. You must be on the Facebook. Anyway, so I have a piece of Sweet Sentiment coloring paper in here with a Christmas stamp set from the Mice Holiday. I have a Versamark ink pad and some embossing powder, and of course my Rabbit Hole Designs embossing tool. I have a piece of Sweet Sentiment craft paper, super awesome craft paper, and I have this cut down to, this is an A2, so it's 5.5 by 4.25. This is 1/8 of an inch smaller than my A2 on all sides, and then this is 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. Oh, nope, it's not. I forgot to trim the end, so I guess we'll do that. So let's trim this really fast. So 5.5, then 1/8 of an inch smaller with that. Then that would be 5 3/8, and then 5 1/4. And now it should be perfect. Check that out. Absolutely perfect. Yay. Okay. So let's toss that. Oops, I moved my trash can. Okay, so that's all prepared. I have some Tim Holtz Distress crayons, along with the new Lumberjack plaid, my Rabbit Hole Designs blending brush. I have some sheer red ribbon to match the new Lumberjack plaid. And I have this super duper cool double part stencil that we released a couple of months ago, or no, last month. And it's meant to be caution tape because the whole release was like trucks and working and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, construction type stuff. So it's meant to be caution tape. We're going to use it for something else today. So I don't necessarily need the caution part of it, but I might use that too, but I'm going to use this part. Okay, so what I want to share with you is I've already colored up this sweet little girl. This is actually, I colored this one specifically for when I colored the packaging. So this is her jean shorts, and then this is the girl. So it does look very different from real life to the packaging. Then I have taken a blade and I have just cut out the hood of the hoodie. So I did that with just an X-Acto knife and really simply just cut out the hood part of the hoodie. Okay, I want to keep this part, so it's important that you keep this part. You don't just toss this away, because when we dress the little doll, you're going to need that part to go behind her head. So I use the dies to cut everything out, and I'm going to start by dressing the doll. So I'm going to put glue on the back of her little shorts here. Apparently my glue is not happy. So because I have the heater on all the time right now, my glue is not super duper happy with me. But that's okay. See, works just fine now. Okay. And I'm going to use my tweezers for this. And I'm going to put them right at her waistline. They're kind of like high waters, pedal pushers, sort of how I wear my jeans, just cuffed at the bottom. Okay. Cute, super cute. Then I'm going to take her hoodie and I'm going to put her hoodie on. The great thing about the Barely Art glue is it gives you like a minute to play with it before it like super duper adheres. So I can get it exactly where I want it. Okay, so now see where this little hole is? That's why I like to keep this piece, because now I can glue this behind her head and fill in that hole. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of her head. I don't need a whole bunch. And then I'm going to line this up exactly where I cut it out from, because that's the only spot that really needs it. But then it gives you that depth. If you would like to cut on the lines, you're more than welcome to cut on the lines. I like to have the white outlines. I just think it's cute. So there's our cute little girl. This is exactly me in winter. Let me tell you, it is freezing cold outside, and I went outside in a hoodie and rolled up pedal pusher jeans with slide-on shoes, like literally just minutes before I started this live. So there you go. Literally moments before. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my card, and I like to use a little bit of frog tape. Frog tape is super duper cool. This is the yellow frog tape, and hold on one second. This is the yellow frog tape because it's low tack. I'm sorry. People are texting me right now, and I'm trying to invite them to the live. Low tack is very, very important. So I'm going to move this away from my body. I like to have all of my stuff like super close to my body. So if I'm always down here at the bottom of the screen, that's why. So I'm just going to break off a piece of this tape, and then I know that I want my stencil so there we go. Just gonna tack it down just like that. Hi, pal. How are you? You found me. Now I'm going to use my pixie spray. I love this stuff. It's repositionable spray. So I'm going to spray the back of my stencil and I'm going to put it on here. And essentially what this is going to do is it's going to mimic, it's going to mimic being ribbons. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. But for right now, we're just going to spray the back of our stencil. I spray it fairly liberally. Oh, thanks. What you shopping for? And I'm going to tack this down. And what I like to do is use my espresso. Now, this tape right here is going to be in the way, so I'm going to move it. I'm just going to move it down some. Same with this one. Okay. And again, I'm going to use my espresso. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my lumberjack plaid. I really love this red, and I'm super stoked that Tim came out with this, or Ranger, or whatever. And I'm going to make red lines. Get this stencil all good and inky. Now, you don't have to use the entire stencil if you don't want to. I want to because if, like, it's going to be funny that she's, like, all wrapped up in the ribbon. Hey, bestie. There you are. So, I'm just using the heck out of that red. Okay? I see a spot right here where I want a little bit more. Okay. Now, one of my favorite things in my whole world is peeling back stencils. So we're gonna remove the stencil. How fun is that? Isn't that super duper cool? Okay, so sit back and admire your work and have a drink of your coffee. Take off those. Now, I like to make things into a little bit of like a vignette. I don't know why, but I like to, you know, close it in so it looks like it's finished. Because to me, the raw edges look just like that. They look raw. So, I'm going to use the same red, and I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of red haze around the outside of this. I'm going to rotate it. I love using all of my non-Christmas images to make Christmas stamps. Well, let's be honest. I like using this kind of technique all year long. because if I'm going to invest in a stamp or a die or anything like that, I want it to be super versatile. And so Sandy and I, with Sweet Sentiment, have spent a lot of time making sure that our stamp sets are versatile and that you can use them for more than one thing. And I feel like that's super duper important to us. So now the other thing you can do is you can go ahead and you can add this other stencil to the top of it. And instead of making these black lines and filling in this caution, you can just use your gel pen and do white lines so that it looks like you have candy cane stripes on your ribbon. And I think that would be super duper cute. But that's not exactly going to go with what I'm doing today. So, but I just wanted to give you guys that option, show you that it's something that you can do. So, I'm going to wipe up some of this red ink so I don't transfer it onto like literally everything. Where's my water? Oh, there it is. There's my spray bottle. There's like next to no water in it, but hey. You don't expect me to be fully prepared for a live, do you? That would be super duper weird. Okay. So now I have my cute little girl and I have the red ribbon all behind her. Now we're going to make it more real to life by actually using a red ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and tie that now. So I'm going to pinch this ribbon between my thumb and middle finger. And I have my forefinger hanging out here. I'm going to do 2 figure eights. So ready? This is 1 and this is 2. Okay. Then I'm going to cut off a long enough tail that I have enough ribbon to work with, and I'm going to go down between my 2 fingers here, and then I have this big loop here, so when I bring this around, oops, it's stuck on my finger, hold on. So when I bring this around, I'm going to go through this loop. That way it makes a knot, and then I'm going to pull it tight, and that is what makes a double looped ribbon. So then I'm going to pull those off of my fingers, and I'm going to kind of play with them just a little bit to make sure that they're all pretty and folded the way I want them to be, just like that. And then I fold the ends in half, and I cut from the fold down. Hey, Joy! And I do that on both sides. And then that way I have the cute little pennant bottoms on my ribbon. Okay. So there's that. Oh my goodness, look it. That's all that's left of my ribbon. Guess I'm going to have to go ribbon shopping again. Oh, darn. Okay. So now we have that. Now we're going to switch over and we're going to do our embossing. So I just have a piece of Sweet Sentiment paper here. And I have a sentiment stamp that is from the Mice Holiday stamp set. And you'll see this in just a moment. I also have this Wow embossing powder. It's called Oasis. Never actually used it before, but I figured since her hoodie was teal, we would do the sentiment in teal. So there we go. So what you need to start with is your Rabbit Hole Designs embossing brush. And basically, you never want to touch this because that will leave your finger oils on it. And so you just prep your paper with the embossing brush. I just brush it back and forth a few times. Then you take the sleeve and you pull it up. This is all the powder inside is what keeps the static away and keeps everything else from sticking. And then when you go like this, that actually primes it for the next time. So I always have that sitting on my desk and handy. I grab my Versamark. Look, Joy, you get to actually see me emboss because we were talking about embossing last time we were together. Okay. So I use way too much ink, but that's okay. That's how I am. And when I emboss, I like to double ink. I don't know why. I just do, so it's fine. It's one of those things, you know, some people have OCDs about like, you know, they have to knock on the door so many times or they have to turn the lights on and off so many times. I have to use my embossing ink twice. Every time. It's just a thing. Mark it on the calendar, y'all. This is an important day. Okay? So I'm going to set that aside. I will clean that off later. I'm going to grab my candy cup. I'm going to open my embossing powder. Ooh, this is such a beautiful color. And I'm just going to dump this all over while Archie growls. My neighbor is outside decorating his house. And so I like to tap the edge of my paper so it lets that embossing powder settle. And look at that, a perfect emboss every time with that Rabbit Hole Designs embossing tool. And then since our candy cup has this perfect pour spout that is just right for all these little containers, you can dump this all back in without any mess. Look at that. Not even like one little bit. Now, I need to put the lid on this before I spill it everywhere. And I'm gonna hold this with my tweezers. I'm gonna pull out my embossing gun, so plug your ears. You need to, I just have the regular Stampin' Up! Old style embossing powder. Yes, I'm totally coordinating my nails. And you need to let your embossing gun heat up for just a second before you start hitting your powder with it. Because if you don't, then your powder is going to go away because it's going to dry that ink before it's had a chance to adhere. Keep your embossing gun moving. Now, if you like to have a super smooth emboss, you can also hit the back side a little bit. And then the front side one more time. There you go. Hello, Lauren. How are you? So there is our perfect emboss. There's no stray particles or anything like that, and it's all because of this tool. This is the Rabbit Hole Designs bunny embossing tool. I don't know, cottontail embossing tool, something like that. Everything has this cutesy little bunny rabbit theme to it, and I just love this thing. So I believe you rise by lifting others, so please go to her shop and buy that. But check it out, like perfect embossing every time. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is go like this so that that dries some. And I'm going to pull out my little guillotine cutter. And I'm going to cut the edge of this just so that I have a sentiment strip. Now, I could use a die for this. I could use other things that are easier than trying to line it up in my little guillotine cutter. But I've done this like hundreds of times, so I'm fairly decent at lining it up. And I'm not going to trim it too much yet because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm not going to trim it yet because sometimes I like my sentiment to be like off to the side and stuff. So yay, Elizabeth, I'm live. Hi, Roberta. Okay, so now we're going to start pulling the elements of our card together. So I have these crayons here, and you're probably wondering what the heck for, and I will show you in just a moment. And then I have this, and I'm going to put it down here. I think she's going to come over here like that. And I think this is going to be up here in the corner, so I'm going to have to cut those. Trying to figure out which layout I like. I think this might have to come this way. and like that, so it has a little bit of a frame. And then put her over here. Yeah. I like this better. Okay. So I have an idea of what my layout's gonna be. So now I know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit so that I know it's gonna fit on here. So the easiest way to do that is to measure your card in your trimmer. This is exactly 4 inches. So I know I want this to be 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. So I'm gonna cut this to 4 7/8. Now I feel like the sentiment strip is a little bit wide, so I'm gonna cut it down just a tiny bit. Again, probably easier if I used a different tool, but this is what's handy right now, so this is what I'm gonna use. There we go. Now, I never wash off my brushes from the Rabbit Hole Designs, and I store them all in these little Starbucks cups. And depending on the color of the inside of the cup, that's what color the brushes are that are in that cup. So this is my cup of teal brushes, and I feel like this matches the best. So this is Salvage Patina. I haven't washed this brush, nor have I used it for a long time. But look, it holds on to that ink. So I can just come in here and just hit it with just the tiniest bit of ink. Perfect. And it just adds that little something extra. So it doesn't look like you have raw edges or something weird going on. All right, friends, now we're gonna start working on assembly. Are you ready? So, I'm a CIA operative. No, I have no idea. I've just always really had very good luck with the USPS, and I think they like the cute envelopes, and so they give them a little bit more respect. I don't know. I don't know what the secret is, but I'm not going to question it because it's pretty awesome. Okay, so make sure your card opens the right way, because like I said, I just went through my Japanese phase of card making, and all my cards are opened from the opposite direction. It's fine. It's the cutie on the envelope. I know, we need to get more envelopes printed, but we just haven't gotten there yet. We're getting close to where we're out of the teal and purple ones, so it might be a thing in the future if I can convince my CFO. I'm gonna glue down this one as well. There's something about oxide inks on craft paper that just makes me swoon. I don't know, I love it. I love how they come out. Okay. I should have printed a sentiment that was like brown paper packages tied up with strings. Would have really sent that one home. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this to this, but before I do that, I bet you're wondering why these are out here. So I'm gonna take the darkest brown one because she's on craft paper. If she was on white paper, I would probably use the gray or the white, but I'm gonna use this one. And what I'm gonna do is Oh my, this is gonna kill you guys. I know there are several of you that are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Jammie's doing this. But it's okay, just stick with me. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue this part down because I want her shadow to be on everything. Y'all, I'm about to get dirty, so pray for me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna basically scribble her outline on here, okay? Then I'm gonna use my finger and I'm gonna smudge it. And you have to use some pretty good force on this. And this is what grounds her to the card. This is what makes it look like she's not just floating on the card, like she's meant to be here. Now, you don't have to use the distress crayons for this. You can use more oxide inks or anything. I just like the finish of the crayons. I need a little bit more up here. And we buy all of this stuff, so why not actually use it, right? It just puts a little bit of a haze around her. I really like how it comes out. I'm just being a chicken, that's why I'm adding so many layers. Don't mind me. You can also just pick up some pigment with your finger and go this way. Okay, I think that should be good. Yep, we're good now. All right. It is bold. I'm scared. Right? I totally got that song stuck in your head now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a couple of Sweet Pops. And then I have my little container of like pre-cut Sweet Pops. So we'll see what I use. Look, it looks like a total ghost standing there. You're gonna be singing that song all day. You're welcome. I always use way too many Sweet Pops. It's okay. It's part of my charm. Sandy, you're being awfully quiet over there. Unless you abandoned me, then excuse me, then the reason you're quiet is because you're not watching. Okay. So now that I've sweet popped the heck out of this, I'm gonna peel all the backing off. Oh, you're working. I getcha. That makes sense. You're listening and working. So we are going to take this girl. We're going to put her over the top of the shadow that we just created. Okay. And then again, I like to use my espresso to make sure that I have really good adhesion. Then my bow, I feel like the tails on this are just way too long. So I'm going to cut them off. Grab a drink of my coffee. There we go. Okay, so then last step, you guys know that it's really difficult for me to create a card with no bling. So, of course, we gotta put some bling on this thing. So, I'm gonna grab my favorite bling pin from my friend Joy, and I'm gonna add some bling. And I actually think I want it to be black. I wanna add this black bling. What do you think? I think so. So, I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna put some little spots in the corner. I'm gonna use this big one. And then a teeny tiny one. Put some more right here. And then we're gonna put another set up here. Well, I guess that one's going right there, because that's where it wanted to be. And there we have it. A cute little Christmas card. There we go. A cute little Christmas card for you guys that uses nothing that is Christmas other than the sentiment, of course. So again, the sentiment was from Mice Holiday. And then the stamp set is called Ola Outfit of the Day. And that is a brand new release. We made it for our coloring retreat. So we put it in the shop for you guys. And then I use the construction stencil. and I just used it so that it looked like ribbon on a package and tied a bow that matched it. So really, you guys, your imagination is the limit with these. You can definitely make a Christmas card out of things that are not Christmassy in the least. And just think about that next time you're looking at stamps or looking at buying different stamp sets and stuff, of what it is that you're really looking for and the versatility in our stamp sets. This just kind of drives that home, is you could really use our stamp sets for a lot of different things. I mean, she could be birthday, she could be so many different holidays. So anyways, I just thought that it would be fun to pop on and make a card with you guys, utilizing Christmas sets that aren't really Christmassy. And I will see you back here tomorrow. I'm going to do another live here on Facebook. I will be doing our weekend lives on Facebook. So I'm sorry, YouTube. This is YouTube. I'm on YouTube. So I will be doing our weekend lives over here on YouTube. It seems like a lot more people get the YouTube notifications and have requested me to do the lives on YouTube. So we're testing it out for a while to see if it works. So if you like it, give us a follow, give us a share, and click that thumbs up button, please, please, please. Elizabeth, I'm not sure what time. I'm thinking 1 o'clock again. So that was 1 o'clock Mountain Time when I started. It's now 1:41 Mountain Time. So FYI, 1 o'clock. But anyways, I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you all tomorrow. Toodles!